Yo, what's going on, guys? Ibani's here. Hope you all having a fantastic day. For today's video, honestly, listen, I know this year I'm trying to be more on the positive side, more on the more optimistic sides when it comes to like 2023. But when I'm starting to see something that's really, really bad, yeah, your boy's he's gonna talk about it. And obviously, the subject today is basically just not mostly MW2, but mostly just the fact that Call of Duty in general and just the state of it right now, because it's not really looking good at all, if I'm being honest with you. According to basically the Steam charts that we're seeing right here, right now, from basically release or around the month of November, which is when the game came out, peak players was around 488,000 players in total, almost 489,000 if you want to round up that number. As we all can see, as a peak players of pretty much, you'd see January 13th, post-editing Ibanez here. Recorded this on January 13th, but this is going to be January 15th that I'm posting this. So the peak numbers right now for basically January 15th are going to be 144,000 players, basically. So, yeah. So as you all can see from that, the player count has dropped tremendously. And with that being said, that's just from Steam. The player count for basically Battle.net and other platforms, we don't know precisely about those numbers. Honestly, I like Steam because it does show you the accurate numbers. It could be just as bad as like on PlayStation, Xbox, or even Battle.net. Who knows? But I'm just saying, if that's Steam showing us that the player count has dropped tremendously, it's a really bad sign. And one of the reasons for that is basically, obviously, we can go on and on about pretty much how Infinity Ward or Joe Seacott decided to make this game more new friendly by basically grounding movement, any form of movement into the ground. You can get rid of side canceling. I don't care about that. That's honestly fine by me. But if you're going to literally destroy any other way for me to challenge someone just sitting in a corner, listen, if you're a person who complains about jump shotting and how it's not realistic, how, you have full control of your gun when you bunny hop, you're fucking dog shit. I'm sorry, but you're ass. You're not good at the game. That's one thing, but the most important thing that just bothers me the most about this game, and it's going to show again in Season 2, because Season 2 is not going to save this game, or it's barely going to have increase the player count for a little bit, but it's soon going to easily decline once you realize that we are only going to be getting 2 maps from that entire Season 2. 2 maps are just going to be added onto the game. One of them being Museum, which is the map that was originally supposed to be in the game at launch. We played it in the beta. It wasn't in the final game at launch because of because of some bug issue of it crashing people's systems, I guess, like that. So they took it out, and then they're just giving it back and saying that, oh, look, Season 2, here's your new map, guys. When it's like, dude, it's been in the game. And this is the problem I'm really having with Activision, how they're trying to they're screwing themselves over. They're doing exactly the same thing that they did with Destiny, where if you guys don't remember, if you guys played Destiny games, in the first Destiny, we all saw the trailer, we all saw the cool content and stuff, and when the game came out, it was not there in sight. We saw it in the trailer, we knew it's supposed to be there, and you're not releasing it with the final product. Instead, you're releasing it later in the game's life cycle and advertising it as live content. This is the main problem I have with live content and live service in the game industry, is the fact that they have so many assets ready to go, but they just don't release it from the start. These developer studios just can't create good maps to save their lives anymore. But the fact that they have Terminal, they have Dome, and they have other MW2, MW3 maps, and the original Call of Duty Modern Warfare maps in Al Marza, or whatever the fuck the new Warzone map is called. The fact that they have those maps in there and are just not releasing it from the get-go, or at least with Season 2, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Basically, MW2, this version of MW2, released with about 10 maps. 10 maps. But here's the thing. They're all terrible. And the worst one, or the worst Call of Duty map in history now, it used to be Piccadilly, or Ass Hair Cave, as I like to call it. Hands down, the worst map in Call of Duty history. And I think it's the border map, or the border crossing map. Nobody plays that. So let's just say there's about 9 maps at launch with this game. We're not going to include Shoot House, and we're not going to include Shipment, because those two don't count. Because those maps released later after the basically launch. They didn't come with during launch. So we have about 9 multiplayer maps that are all terrible. They're not good maps at all. None of them are. Probably the most decent one that I like is probably like the Raceway map, the one with the F1 cars. That's probably the most decent one out of all of them. The rest are terrible. Do you want to know how many maps the original, the only real Modern Warfare 2 back in 2009 released with? I think the number is not very accurate because I think some were added on later, but I want to say there was a total of 26 maps in that game that we had. 26 maps. Do you want to know how many maps that Black Ops 2, the best Call of Duty game ever to release, came out with right off the rip? 15. 15. Why are we getting basically 9 maps right off from launch? Like, how are we getting 9? How do we just downgrade from that much? Oh, because Call of Duty now is a quote-unquote live service, even though we have to wait months for basically a new season. We have to wait weeks for a update to fix the most simplest of bugs. And we have to wait another month in time, like a month gap for the season reloaded. And this is what I'm saying, that Modern Warfare 2, the one that we have right now, current one, 2022, Season 2 is not going to save it. It's probably going to peak the player count for maybe like 200,000 on Steam. This is going based off the Steam numbers to give you guys an idea what I'm thinking about. Probably going to bump it up that much, and then it's going to decline again. It's ridiculous how we're getting this much content. So small content in like months in the time span. Like, what the hell? This is the main reason why Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2.0's numbers are declining so bad. Because we're getting barely anything. Like, the new 2 maps that we are going to be getting in like the Season 2 Reloaded, at least according to the leaks, is what we're seeing, is that we're basically going to be getting Castle, which was by the way, a World at War map. So that's Treyarch's map, by the way. That's not even Infinity Ward's original map. That's Treyarch's. This is why I think Treyarch is a superior studio. The fact that you have another studio stealing your maps, by the way. Just saying. And of course, the museum map that was originally supposed to come at launch, but now they're reselling it as a new map for Season 2, guys. And probably like another gun or 2 or 3. I don't know how many guns are going to come in the new season. It doesn't really matter because it's just not going to save it. It's sad that this is the state of Call of Duty, and it's burning me out to the point where it's like, what is the point of me continuing to play? Yeah, I can keep going for gameplays and I can keep going for clips, but that shit gets so exhausting, especially since like there's a huge thick wall of skill-based matchmaking, and I don't want to keep complaining about this because we sound like a broken record at this point. But yes, skill-based matchmaking is a cause of the game basically sucking ass. It's not the fact that I'm dog shit. It's the fact that I had to be forced to pull out whatever is meta just to have a chance, and I can't really use anything else. If I want to use a Fennec, I can't because someone else is using a Vaznev or an MP5 or a Scar or TAC 56 or a TAC V. You know, the meta shit. I can't use anything else. I don't know. The state of Call of Duty is just so bad at this point that I'm waiting for SM2 to come out. If y'all don't know, that's basically like a client or a mod service. If y'all have ever played like Call of Duty Plutonium, which is basically the client for Black Ops 2, or IW4X, which is the client for MW2, the same people who basically run those clients are basically making their own best of Call of Duty kind of a thing. And I am more excited for that than I was for this official title. So SM2 or the developers of SM2 or anyone, if you all watching this, please, you guys are our only hope, man. And we are desperate for a good Call of Duty game because the people who are officially publishing this game or this garbage, they don't care and they're putting little to zero effort in it. They have zero passion in their projects. So please, you're our only hope, man. I'm begging you like Princess Leia is begging to Obi-Wan Kenobi. You are our only hope, guys. Please. And that's pretty much it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully y'all agree with me that Season 2 just ain't gonna cut it. It ain't gonna be good. It's just gonna be very, very mediocre and lackluster. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like if you do. Sub helps me out tremendously, and have an amazing day, guys. Peace.